Hello, I'm Julie Kay, and welcome to my series on emotions, feelings, and what they can do for us. Maybe you think, what are you talking about? Maybe you don't think emotions or feelings, or certain emotions or feelings, are even good or right to express because of your upbringing, because your mom or dad or someone who taught you that you shouldn't express your emotions, that you should keep them inside or get over them. Share with me your story of that, because many people, whether you realize it or not, have been taught in the sense that emotions are bad and feelings are bad, but they're not. In fact, they're part of who we are. They're part of how we're created. I believe in God, and I believe He created us, and therefore He created emotions. And God has emotions. I'm going to talk more about that on the next one of this series. But we need to realize the emotions are good, and they are helpful, and they can be, an internal compass. They're important. They're part of our makeup. They're actually there to show us things. Some people call them being a guide, and emotions can be a guide to us. Think about our bodies. We don't like feeling pain or experiencing things in our bodies. But when we do, if we're smart, we will recognize those symptoms and realize something is wrong with our body. So we don't always like the symptoms our bodies have, but they are actually there to help us to realize something is wrong that we may not otherwise realize is wrong. So we shouldn't ignore that pain. And same with our emotions. We should not ignore even the ones that we don't always like or that are not fun, which they aren't, such as sadness and anger. Do you know that sadness and anger are the two top emotions that people go through when they're grieving? The loss of a loved one, especially a life-changing loss that turns your world upside down. Yeah. Anger is one of the top emotions, not just sadness. Do most of us like when other people are angry? Not usually. Do we like it always when we're angry? Not really. It's not always a fun experience, but it shows something's going on in your soul. Just like symptoms of our body, like pain and things like that, can be a symptom of something going wrong in our body. Emotions can help us to know what's going on in our soul, because we all have a soul. We are not our bodies. Who we really are is our spirit and our soul. And so they can be an internal compass, as some people say, an internal compass. One quote that I found online was that they guide our decisions, emotions guide our decisions, shape our interactions with one another, and contribute to overall well-being. They even contribute to overall well-being if we pay attention to them, if we recognize them, if we don't stifle them, and we let ourselves express them. Now, there's all kinds of things we could say about what is appropriate or not appropriate, or when or where and all that with emotions, but I'm just here to bring a general teaching right now, a general message right now that emotions are important. Please don't ignore your emotions, and realize that they're a part of your soul, just as your thoughts are, your decisions are. And it's true. Very positive emotions can move us to do very positive things. Having a passion for something, a drive, can be a good thing, right? Anger can help us to realize injustices. That's just a few of them. I'm going to list more emotions on another video here, but I wanted you to realize that they do something for us. And the other part of this series will be, what do we do with them? Okay, so we are going to talk more about that. But first I want to establish that they're good, and that God gave us them, and that God has emotions. Believe it or not, I think some people probably don't think that. Or maybe they think He's all about emotions. But no, He is perfect in His holiness and in His behavior and in His love. But He does have emotions. He has feelings too. So they're a part of our life experience, and they move us to action. They do. Sometimes those choices are not the greatest, but they do move us to actions. And they're part of really what knits us together too. What brings people together, what helps us to have relationship. If we didn't have emotion, we wouldn't have that connection with each other. It'd just be all thinking in the mind. So God created for a reason. I'm here to explore the goods of that right along with you. I'm already learning things about that through a book that I will show you on the next video that's talking a lot about our feelings. And so I encourage you to express them, to get help with expressing them, to journal how you feel, talk about it, and realize that your feelings are important and that they're a vital part of you, and they show part of what you're going through and what you're experiencing in your grief or in any life trauma or other things you're going through in your life. So thank you for joining me today. I'm Julie Kay, helping you find your way through grief and loss. If you have any ideas of what you'd like me to talk about on this channel, I would love to hear them in the comments. If you want to share anything about emotions and how you were raised or what you believe about emotions, I'm open to hearing about that. And if you ever want to talk, reach out and help, and you need somebody to express what you're going through with, I'd be happy to do that with you. God bless you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.